Hey everyone, this is my second motivational story about the inspiring journey of Gaur Gopal Das Prabhu ji. His wisdom and experiences remind us of the power of positivity, gratitude, and purpose in life. If you find this video valuable, please support by liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel for more such motivational stories and English learning content. A young boy from Pune, intelligent, ambitious, and full of dreams, works hard to become an engineer. He gets a job in a multinational company with a high-paying salary. For most people, this is the definition of success. But what if I told you that this same engineer left everything, the money, the comfort, the future, only to become a monk? This is not just a story. This is a journey of courage, faith, and purpose, the story of Gaur Gopal Das, one of the most loved motivational speakers and monks in the world. Stay with me till the end, because his story might just change the way you look at your own life. Gaur Gopal Das was born in 1973 in Pune, Maharashtra. He grew up in a simple middle-class family where values, discipline, and education were given the highest importance. As a child, he was curious, cheerful, and always eager to learn. He wasn't just good at academics, he had a natural charm that made people feel connected to him. From an early age, he knew that education was his path forward. With dedication and hard work, he earned admission into the prestigious College of Engineering, Pune, COEP. In college, Gopal Das excelled in electrical engineering. Like every young graduate, he dreamt of a bright future, big salary, good lifestyle, and respect in society. After graduation, he was recruited by Hewlett-Packard, HP, one of the top multinational companies in the world. He became an engineer, working with cutting-edge technology. At this point, his life seemed perfect. A stable job, financial security, a promising future. For his family and friends, he was living the dream. But deep inside, he felt something unusual, something missing. Day after day, while working at HP, Gopal Das started questioning himself. Is this all life is about? Earning money, buying things, and growing old? Why do I feel empty even when I have everything I once wanted? What is the true purpose of life? These questions became louder and louder inside his heart. On the outside, he was an engineer. On the inside, he was a seeker. It was during this phase that he came across the monks of ISKCON, International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Their simple lifestyle, deep wisdom, and inner joy touched him in ways his corporate job never could. This was the turning point. At just 23 years old, in 1996, Gopal Das made a decision that shocked everyone. He resigned from his well-paying job and chose to dedicate his life as a monk in ISKCON. Think about it, leaving behind a life of comfort, luxury, and recognition to embrace simplicity, devotion, and service. It takes courage, it takes faith, and it takes an unshakable desire for truth. As a monk, Gaur Gopal Das immersed himself in learning. He studied scriptures like the Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. He practiced meditation, discipline, and service. But unlike many monks who stay within temple walls, he felt a calling to take spirituality beyond temples and into the world, into universities, companies, and homes. He started giving talks, small gatherings at first, then bigger audiences. People were drawn to him. not just because of his knowledge, but because of his style. He mixed ancient wisdom with modern relevance, sprinkled with humor, real-life stories, and a smile that made everyone feel at home. Soon, his talks spread across India and then across the globe. He spoke at IITs, IIMs, and top universities worldwide. Corporates like Google, Microsoft, Infosys, and Bank of America invited him to guide their teams. He became a spiritual life coach, bridging the gap between success and happiness. On YouTube and social media, his videos went viral. Millions began listening to his talks on relationships, stress, career, and spirituality. What makes him special is this: he doesn't just preach, he connects. He uses stories, jokes, and relatable examples that make people laugh, reflect, and change, all at the same time. In 2018, Gaur Gopal Das published his first book, Life's Amazing Secrets, which became a bestseller. The book teaches how to balance 4 areas of life: personal life, relationships, work, and spirituality. Later, he wrote The Way of the Monk, offering timeless wisdom for modern life. These books reached people far beyond his live sessions, inspiring readers around the world. Today, Gaur Gopal Das is not just a monk, he is a friend, a teacher, and a guide to millions. His life shows us, you can have everything in the world and still feel empty. Happiness doesn't come from wealth, but from meaning. A life of service, gratitude, and purpose is far richer than a life of luxury. Let me share with you a beautiful journey from the life and teachings of Gaur Gopal Das Prabhuji, taken from his book Life's Amazing Secrets. One day, Prabhuji was traveling in a car with a successful businessman. As they drove through the busy streets of Mumbai, the man asked a simple yet profound question: Prabhuji, I have money, a good career, and name in society. But still, something feels missing. Why don't I feel truly happy? Prabhuji smiled gently and replied, life is like this very car we're sitting in. To move smoothly, it needs 4 wheels. These 4 wheels are personal life, relationships, work life, and social contribution. If even one wheel is weak, the journey becomes rough. That's what most people miss: balance. The man listened carefully. He realized that in his race for success, he had ignored his health, taken his relationships for granted, and hardly given back to society. His car of life was running, but with broken wheels. As the journey continued, Prabhuji shared another secret. We often think happiness lies in the next achievement, the bigger house, the better car, the higher position. But happiness is not something outside to be chased. It is something inside to be cultivated. You can fill your bank account, but if your heart is empty, life still feels incomplete. He then spoke about gratitude. When we wake up and focus only on what we don't have, we feel poor. But when we start appreciating what we do have, our health, family, opportunities, we realize how rich we already are. Gratitude is not just an emotion, it's a way of seeing life. The man nodded. He had spent years chasing more, but rarely paused to count his blessings. Then, Prabhuji added softly, our mind can be our best friend or our worst enemy. If uncontrolled, it creates jealousy, anger, and fear. But when trained, it gives us peace. That is why we must practice meditation, mindfulness, and positive thinking. Control the mind, and you control your life. As the car passed a group of children playing on the street, Prabhuji pointed at them and said, "Look at their smiles. They don't have luxury, yet they're joyful. Why? Because happiness grows when shared. Life becomes meaningful when we learn to serve others selflessly. True fulfillment doesn't come from taking, but from giving." The man's eyes softened. He remembered how long it had been since he helped someone without expecting anything in return. Before they reached the destination, Prabhuji shared one final secret: don't hold grudges. Anger is like holding a burning coal, it burns you before anyone else. Forgiveness is not about accepting someone's mistake, it's about freeing your heart from pain. And always remember, choose your company wisely. Surround yourself with people who uplift you, not those who pull you down. By the end of the ride, the businessman was silent, lost in thought. For the first time in years, he felt clarity, not about how to earn more, but about how to live more. And that, my friends, is the essence of life's amazing secrets. Life isn't about reaching a destination. It's about enjoying the journey with balance, gratitude, service, and purpose. When these four wheels of life move together, our journey becomes smooth, meaningful, and joyful. So, I'll leave you with a question: which wheel of your life needs the most attention today? Is it your personal growth, your relationships, your work, or your contribution to society? Think about it, because once you balance them, you will discover the real secret to happiness. Thank you for watching. If this story touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Together, let's spread positivity and wisdom to the world. Gaur Gopal Das often says, "We may not have control over what happens in life, but we always have control over how we respond to it." His story reminds us to pause and reflect. Are we just running after money, or are we living with meaning? Are we only existing, or are we truly living? From a corporate engineer to a monk who touches millions of hearts, his life teaches us one thing: success is not what you achieve, but how many lives you touch.